Hey you guys, it is Friday, March 13th, 2026, and it's not Wednesday. Your eyes are not deceiving you. It is Friday and you're here with the hit list. So the past couple of weeks we've been trying this Wednesday Friday thing out. The majority of the cast likes it, but other parts of the cast don't like it. So this will continue to be our backup day. If we can't come on
Name
a
them.
day.
Name them.
Name them.
Right, put a name on it. Put a
Name them.
name on it.
Come
Put a
on.
name
Let
on
me do that.
Name them.
Come on, Sutton. Name them.
Yeah,
Name
It's
them.
Michael.
But yeah, so I'm not gonna call him out like that.
He admitted it, Michael.
I'm all over it. Listen, you know my views on this.
Come on, Real Housewives
got
of
a
Beverly
life.
Hills,
Got a
honey.
Michael said he got a life unlike the rest of
Yeah,
us.
Michael
That's
gotta
what
have
he
a life
basically
Now hold on.
said.
Did I add
gotta
that
have a
last
life
part?
too.
I didn't add that last
You ain't have
part.
to because that's what you said. That's what you said. You said it, I quote, I have a life.
Well,
You said
listen, you work all week. Friday night comes around. I love spending time with my friends, of course, but there's other things to do. That's all. That's it.
well,
being
not
So
a
you
for
don't
some of us.
we ain't your real Friday night friends is what you saying.
Oh,
We messed
Right,
up
we
your
not your
program.
Friday night crew.
We ain't
Listen,
your Friday
Mike,
night friends.
let me tell
Okay.
y'all, Michael said y'all holding up the streets because he's trying to be in the streets.
Streets is
especially
holding
the
up.
weather gets
Yeah.
warm, especially outside. All right.
All right, so as you know, this month is my birthday was March, and I'm celebrating all month. I'm still celebrating. I have another party I'm having tomorrow. I have friends and family coming in town.
Yes.
And then Kate was here last week. She just came and just took over the house. In a good way. Kate, she's a handful. So when she comes over, like just everything stops. She sets up shop in our living room. She brings food and snacks, and all we did was eat, watched.
Yes.
We did what is that thing called? We did Forensic Files and Unsolved Mysteries, and we went shopping. That's all we did all
Oh,
weekend.
please include me next time, please.
Well, I didn't know you would. I would
That
love
sounds
you
like
to
a
come.
good time.
And then we ended the week with, I don't know if I'm even supposed to be saying this. Kate is good friends with Jesse Jackson's granddaughter.
Oh wow.
And they were all in town last week. And we got invited to brunch. And next thing I know, here comes Omarosa walking in, the whole Jackson family. And it was just, we had a good time. Like, I didn't expect that. So that's how we ended our weekend.
I love it.
I wish I could say more, but I can't. But we'll talk offline. So yeah, Kate came in. We went to Chinatown. We went to this place called the Crate Factory. I don't think I have that picture on here. Oh yeah, it is. We had crates. Like I said, all we did was eat and shop. We went to the Lincoln Park Zoo. That's Kate's youngest.
He's so cute.
He's a cutie. He's a handful, but he's a cutie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had a good weekend celebrating my birthday, and we'll do some more celebrating tomorrow. So you'll see more pictures next week.
Yes.
Dina, how was your weekend?
Busy per usual. My
Yeah.
weekends are usually very, very insane. Other than, I try to chill on Fridays, but I do have a life on the weekend. Now it might be church related, but I do have things to do. I have an agenda. But yeah, I work on the weekend and on Mondays. And then I don't work really the rest of the week. So I'm in the entertainment field, and so I am booked and busy on the weekend, and then I'm home with my kids all week. So yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. Michael, how was your week?
Very busy, same shit, different day for the most part over here. Too much work, not enough play, especially when I'm married to my computer on a Friday night, but that's neither here nor there.
Ooh.
You you know what? Don't let us keep you where you don't want to be kept. Okay.
Okay.
I set this stuff up so you can sling it back, Natasha. You already
Listen, I have been ditched by far greater.
Oh,
Police.
Well, I'm glad that you're here with us, Michael. I appreciate it.
at
Michael
least
ain't-
somebody is.
Who else? Dante, are you there?
I'm here.
How was your weekend?
You know, unlike Michael, I don't have a life. And so my weekend was flat, like the rest of my life, just diaper changes and lots of laundry.
I feel that.
I want to thank you guys. I don't know. Jante is very good with checking on people. Like, it'll just be random 10 o'clock at night and I'll get a phone call or FaceTime from Jante and she'll be like, I haven't heard from you. I'm just making sure you're okay. How are you
I love
feeling?
that.
Hector. So I love that. I really
love
do.
that.
So I want to tell you thank you for checking up on us, Jante. I appreciate that.
I love it.
I got you.
Thank you. Tamar.
Hey everybody. Oh my God. Happy Friday. Any day we do the show is a vibe. So
A
yeah,
vibe.
happy Friday. It's a vibe. But yeah, like this past weekend, like I went to the Cardi B concert. I had a great time. We went out. The scene out here for the gays is horrible. It's like
Really?
it's really bad. I don't know what they need a reboot in Dallas for gays. It's just not a vibe anymore. Like it's just so dry and it's just interesting. But no, the Cardi B concert was epic. I didn't sit down until I got in my car and my feet still hurt. I twerked a little bit and I gave what I could. But baby, I couldn't twerk like her because I ain't got what she got. But I got a little something. But yeah, like I say, if you guys are watching the show and y'all haven't got y'all tickets, y'all should go. But no, work has been crazy per usual. I work in healthcare. And we're busy right now. Like it's insanely busy. So yeah, we have no hospitals have closed here in Dallas. Thank you. In the rural areas, thank God. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that. But no, life is good right now.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you had a good time. And I'm glad you're here with us tonight. So yeah. Next, Natasha. How was your week?
My week was good. My poor baby caught whatever been flying around here.
Yeah.
So man. And but other than that, I'm getting ready for my garden. So I've been planting some seeds this week. I'm so excited. And what else? I've been working on my little side hustle, making some sales. So trying to make a little bit of money. So then hopefully I can have a life on Friday nights like Michael.
Right.
Because
Good place to be.
Michael got money, I think, too, and I'm broke. So
Hey now, I don't need people knocking on my door.
Listen.
go knock on Michael's door because that's
He
why
got
Michael got
McDonald's
Friday
money.
night plans. He do got McDonald's money, and he don't even have to use the app for a coupon. So
There's an app.
He got McDonald's money. Yep.
So yeah, that's just the gist of it. But I'm glad to be with my Friday night friends with a little glass of wine tonight. And
I love
yeah,
it.
here we are.
Well, I'm glad to have you here too. I'm glad to have you all here. Before we get into the show, I do
Wait,
want
hold up. My girl Michelle's in the comments. I see you highlighted your happy birthday, but not the hi Michael. That's
Wait, who?
my friend Michelle. Yeah, Michelle, that's my good friend.
Hi,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Shout out.
There we go.
Well, welcome, Michelle. Thank you for watching. We
Welcome.
appreciate it. Please like and share. If you are in the comment section, we'd really appreciate it. So before we get into the news, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. You guys, there's a lot of bloggers in hot water lately. Bloggers and content creators. Tasha K has a GoFundMe up. There's some other people have GoFundMe up because people are suing them. So I don't want to get sued. I don't have any money. So if you try to sue me, I can give you some used Balenciaga clothes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got real stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Look, the thing about it, Ashley, the one thing about it is vintage.
Yeah.
So, clock
Right.
that.
So vintage means it's worth a little bit more than it is off the rack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a few things I want to talk about. We don't have a lot to talk about tonight. A few things stood out to me this week. EJ Johnson, content creator, reality star, fashionista, Hollywood royalty. He is the son of Magic Johnson and Cookie Johnson. He doesn't do a lot of interviews, and Carlos King had him on his podcast this week, and EJ said some things that got the community talking, the LGBTQ community, and just people in general about how he sees himself, how he fits in the community, how he does not fit in the community, what he's attracted to versus what's attracted to him. Let's watch and talk about it afterwards.
You and your sister liking the same guy.
Honestly, that is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why, like, I don't care what, like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also, like, they're like, they kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here, like the rest of us are. It's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like,
A community room.
Yeah.
Have your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me, but it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
Tamar.
Oh, I knew he was coming to me.
What are your thoughts on, because you just got done saying the gay scene in where you live is not tea. So it kind of worked with what you were saying. What do you think about what he's saying about how he doesn't go to gay bars? He's,
Okay, I agree with him. I can tell you, I don't go to, I'm not into straight men. That's not my thing. But I agree with what he was saying, as far as when you go out, you have to be a certain way, look a certain way for people to even see you. It don't matter if you walk in there with the labels. If they are not checking for you, you look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. You're invisible. Yeah. And so what he's saying is, I think some people are taking it as he doesn't like black men, and I don't get that. I'm getting what I'm getting from him is, as long as you're centered and okay with who you are on the inside, I don't care what your label is. But there is such a stigma on labels. There's such a stigma on what you present yourself as. Masked men, especially in the black gay community, you have to be very masculine for people to like you. I normally did not get approached by a lot of black men, like, because I don't give mask. I don't give if I want to walk out in some heels, I'm going to wear me a pair of heels. If I want to walk out in some combat boots, I'm going to wear those. So I think it goes to say, like, everything people say, people are so sensitive by, and not allow people to have their opinion of what they what they experience. And it is very sad because I've been following this story. I've seen so many people attacking him, but also not celebrating what he was saying, because there are people that are in his shoes that understand him and are the men that the person that he's speaking about, that may be afraid to come out and say what he just said, because they may know that they're going to get the backlash. But unfortunately for them, they don't have the platform he has, and he's protected.
Yeah.
So it's very sad to hear like his struggle, but it's also very sad to see all these Black gay men attack him about
like Bobby Lights came at him and tweeted, you walk around thinking you're a Republican white woman in her mid-40s.
And he never said that. It's not his fault that he had a great life. It's not his fault that he was born into that. He was born into that.
Yeah.
So he had a different upbringing than Bobby Lights, you know. I just think instead of like always attacking people on their opinions or what they feel on the inside, I think people should just start really understanding, like, let's have a conversation. What's really making you feel this way? Why are you feeling like saying this? And I just think it's a lot of that inside the gay community. Like, if you're not in the gay community and you don't really see it face to face on a daily, a lot of people don't understand kind of what he's saying. So I agree with him. But for me, I don't date straight men, so that's not my thing. I'm not into that. I will never date a straight man. I would never have sex with a straight man. That's not for me. Give me a queen punk, a punk drag queen, baby. You want to, baby, do you, be you, because I feel like when people are more comfortable with who they are, that's when you can really see the real person. So no hashtag no straight man for me. Thanks.
Michael, did you see this interview? What did you think about it as a gay man?
You're very kind, Tamar. All I heard was he can't pull. And for that, I feel bad. You know, that's a tough beat. Can't relate. But at the same time, you know, listen, aren't we out here, you know, supporting them? And then you're going to say you aren't going to go to gay clubs because you can't get laid.
Exactly.
You know, I don't like that part of it. And I suppose it also sounded like he was saying that the men that get with him aren't gay, which we could talk about that at length as well. And I don't know if I agree with that either. So I didn't like it, but I'm not surprised by it at the same time.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I have been in spaces. My experience, I have been in spaces in the club, and I have walked in, and I have maybe in my little get up, there is like an energy that you receive from people of what he's speaking about. But I think like if you are not in that, like if you're not in that environment, like what he's speaking about, maybe he should have explained it a different way. I think he was being very he was being surface level with everything. He wasn't going into details. When you watch the interview, he was like kind of going around circles on what he was saying. I think sometimes when you're gonna say something, and I agree with Michael, if you can't pull, you can't pull. And I think like people just go into spaces thinking that they can get that, but sometimes those are not the spaces for you. But I think he needed to explain what he was saying, but he wasn't. He was being very surface level, but he really wasn't going into details about
Michael, why are we thinking the son of Magic Johnson can't pull a man?
You know, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm saying if you're going for a certain type, you know, a certain aesthetic, maybe that aesthetic isn't interested to what he's serving, right? And what I heard him say was he wants to go to places that are going to appreciate what he's putting out into the universe. And at some level, I can respect that. But on another level, it's like, again, I just circle back to, aren't we all a community? Aren't we all supposed to be standing together and supporting each other? And my barometer for going places has never been, am I going to get laid or not? So I just think, you know, he's old enough to know that kind of language is reductive, I think, for our community. It almost made it seem like I don't want to go somewhere where I don't have the chance of getting laid at the end of it. And I'm just sitting here like, what?
Gotcha.
Get over it.
But you want to know something about you, Michael, that I really admire about you? You have a lot of confidence in yourself. You're very stoic. And when a person like that is still not understanding who they are because the way that they speak, the way that they have conversations, you can tell that he's not sure. They are, I'm going to say they, because I don't know his pronouns. They really haven't came out and said that. You can tell that they haven't really got to the plateau of their confidence, because when they go into these spaces, that makes them feel insecure. So I agree with everything you're saying. I just think they may need a little bit more understanding of who they are. So when they go in these spaces, they don't give up. They don't care what people think.
We also have to remember, up until a couple of years ago, this boy was like verging on 300 pounds. And he's in a new body, a new shell. You know, people, and I've lost a little weight. I've never been overweight. But even from losing a little weight last year, like, you know, you're a new person. You're wearing new clothes. Like people who have bariatric surgery, I hear that a lot about them. Like after they lose that weight, like they don't. Sometimes it's hard. They don't know what their worth is.
I can speak to that for sure. I had the gastric sleeve. I had the gastric sleeve in 2018. I lost near 200 pounds, 170 pounds.
Oh wow!
And child, it took me a long time to even look to see myself that way. Like I still saw myself as a bit like a woman who was almost 400 pounds. I did. That's how I saw myself for a long time. And so I would still buy clothes that were way too big for a long time. A long time. And so it takes years. I still struggle with it now occasionally, but it takes years to really see yourself different when you've been one way all your life.
Interesting.
Actually,
Yes.
if we're going to play devil's advocate here to piggyback off of what Dina just said, when you see yourself one way for your whole life, because you said specifically to Michael, you know, the child of Magic Johnson, like what says he couldn't pull. His identity is tied in ways to those dollar signs and to that man that provided him this lifestyle. So it has to fuck with his head a little bit and give him a little bit of a like insecurity. You know what I'm saying? If it's not yours and you didn't earn it, like Michael, like, you know, who earned it and did it himself, has the right to have it arrogant. But you know, this baby don't.
Did you just call me arrogant?
I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it proudly.
Well,
I love you, John Tay. It's all good.
And that's so real. Like the consciousness, like your mind, the tricks of what your emotions play on you. Like, and Dina, thank you for sharing that, because that is real. People don't realize I remember when the show on E came on and he was big. Like it was him and his sister and his friends, and they was all like petite and all these things. And he was on the show. You can tell he was so confused, but he's Magic Johnson's son. So they was giving, and that's how the show got picked up. Him and his sister, like the same guy. And it was so crazy, but it's so real. Like, baby, he got a body now. I see his social media and his body's T, but you can still tell that he's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And this is where he definitely needs some counseling to kind of work through all that, because like I've had to sleep too, but like I've always been confident, because there's a flip side to it where if you are typically not in a position where confidence should belong to you, i.e. because of your sexuality, because of your race, because of your size or whatever, I have had to dig down and to just always have some sort of confidence in myself, because I wasn't conventionally pretty. I had bad skin. I had gap teeth. I had this. I had that. I had that. I had that.
Oh my goodness.
And so, but you still can't tell me that I'm not the shit. Like you just can't.
Yeah, I love that.
Like you just can't. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that he is okay with being somebody's secret by being drawn to only DL men, because that's really what it is. If you're saying that you only want straight men, that's a problem in and of itself, because you are prized.
Is it a problem?
that's a problem because there's a difference between masculine presenting gay man and a straight man. Because at that point, if you are a straight man who is sleeping with both men and women, you're bisexual. But if you are a straight man who is only presenting themselves as heterosexual, but then you are sleeping with men with men in secret, you're on the down low. It is what it is.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole tonight because we could spend a whole 2 hours.
We can, but that's the thing.
I can't really speak to that.
But that's the thing. So, but why would he be okay with, because he said out his mouth, I like straight men. So you cannot tell me that these are straight men that would have you on their arm walking hand in hand in public.
We're not saying walking hand in hand, because I was going to tell you, this is going to be.
Enlighten us.
Just because you're getting your dick sucked by a gay man doesn't make you DL. It doesn't make you bi.
Vicarious.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
I think we got to go with vicarious.
No,
you have to explain that.
You can't.
Without telling off, there was a time in my life where I'd mess with nothing but straight white boy football players.
I am perfectly okay with honoring a spectrum, that no one is black, white, that there is a ton of gray. I am so okay with that. I honor that. I respect that. I'm not saying that you are this or that. However, you're vicarious.
No,
if you are, so. I think so.
Just because you have a male putting his mouth on your penis does not make you a gay male or a bi-curious male. It means you're getting some bob in his head and you enjoy it.
I disagree. I'm with Tasha on this one. You're not straight. If a man's sucking your dick, you're not straight.
Hey, Mark.
You can put a label on it if you want, but it's not 100% straight. Sorry.
Hey,
for me, I agree. Okay, this is the thing. I'm personally, I get offended when a person can't live their real life and then they're going in secret. And like, I believe if you're going to be gay, but also if you're going to do something, be in your truth. If you like getting your dick sucked and you want to eat some hookah, do it, but be real. Like, because
what are these girls like? See, this is what I have a problem with when the kids want to label the guys gay, but when girls like Portia and the Brat can do one
gay,
thing,
bi-curious, bisexual.
I'm also okay.
For me, I would still say that's bi.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm non-binary. I've never said that, but I am non-binary. I'm very like, I don't see myself as a man or a woman. I see myself as someone who loves to be comfortable in who I am, and what I like to be is what I like to be. I think it gets really tricky when, and hey, if you whatever you want to do, because I know a married couple where the wife likes to see her husband get the deep.
We talked about this before.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's something, and we don't, this is the thing also, we don't even know if that's the type of relationships he's involving himself in, because let me tell you, it's 2026 and there are so many different ways where married couples are intriguing their relationships. So
I agree.
If you're going to do that, then that's the thing. I think with him, when he was talking about it, he really was he wasn't really going into details, and we don't really have to force him to have the details. But I think he had a moment to reword it the way where it could have got backlash. But in 2026, like I said, there are so many ways people in marriages are making things work. And so now you got a man and a woman inviting another woman in. You got a man and
which
a
is
woman
cool.
in.
So
But
would you call that? We're gonna have to do another show.
He said, I'm only going by what he said. He said, I like
yeah, we
straight
need to
men.
do another show about this because this
That's
is
what
getting
he
good.
said. He said straight men specifically. That's what I'm only going by what he said. I'm not adding anything. I'm not taking anything off of it.
But
I'm
see,
going
with
by
him saying, and
exactly
this
what
is when
he
I hear
said.
that, when he say straight men only, there is so many relationships where the wife don't have sex with her husband and she love him having sex with men. So that's when it gets tricky because you have so many options.
We're in the gray. We're not black and white at
But
that
that's
point.
the
We're
thing.
very much in the gray.
It comes to when you're in a relationship that's open, and a lot of people are swingers now. It becomes very confusing to people that are not in that lifestyle. And so they can't, it's like you can't really go into the square if you ain't really understanding like what's going on inside the bubble.
Okay, hold on, Natasha. So Dina, feel free to chime in on this as well.
This is good. I like this topic, baby. Dina look like
I've been with guys before who say their girls or their wives don't give head like another man.
Sweet
They don't feel that they're gay. They just want good head. They don't want to be with you. They're not. They don't want to take you out on a date. They don't want to be your boyfriends. They just want good head.
Mm-hmm.
So
just like I would say, a woman pegging a man is not a homosexual act because that is an act being done by a woman. I will also say that a man receiving head from another man would be in the gray area of vicarious at
but
best.
Hold on. If you getting pegged by your wife, that's in the gray area too.
No, like that's gay.
Wait. What's gay? Tell me what's gay.
If your man wants you to put a strap on, he obviously for me.
Absolutely not.
Because
absolutely not.
Okay.
We can't say that. We can't say that because he is being pegged by his wife.
Hey,
he's also having a dick going.
What is this word?
No, because there are toys. That's not an actual dick. That's not a dick that's attached to a man.
But it's an ideal. It's a shape.
But y'all trying to add something to it.
I want to hear what Michael has to say.
I completely agree with Natasha. If it's a woman and a man, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's straight. The definition of a homosexual act is not taking it up the ass, okay? Because lesbian stuff is homosexual too, right? And it's not always up the butt. So if it's a woman and a man, there's nothing gay about it under any circumstance. I'm not saying you gotta enjoy it or you gotta like it, or maybe you want to question it or a little bit. But if it's a woman and a man, that's a straight act, no matter what it is.
Hold on, Jonte.
Michael,
Jonte, where you at, friend? Come on, Jonte, jump in there. We need you to hopscotch, baby. Come on, baby. Where you at, baby? Come on, baby. Jonte, where you at, honey? Because, baby, I know she got something.
Jonte taking up with the kids right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, baby, come on, friend. Come on, friend, and tell us what you think.
My first question is, why are we the ones judging this if none of us are a straight man getting head from a homosexual man?
Because
pegging is actually medically therapeutic. The prostate does need to be stimulated often. So if we want to put this under an umbrella, then I'm just keeping my man alive.
You know what? I ain't gonna. Let me tell you something. You better clock it because let me tell you something. All I know is a lot of gay men ain't got cancer. There's a Ashleigh.
Let me not even say that because Tommy would never let me touch him like that. Okay, like I don't even want to put that out there. But I'm saying, if that's what it is, like seriously, there is a very therapeutic medicinal purpose to prostate milking. If we want to put it under that instead of pegging.
You know what?
It's science.
Come on, you better clock it, Jonte. X 101.
I mean, none of us are in a position to answer the question of if it's gay because because we're not the one receiving it from homosexual guys. So we
See,
need a
but
straight man.
this is where I think we need to at least say yes, it is on the gray area, because I think we don't need to have people feel like they have to fit in a box. And I think that's the problem. People feel like they have to fit in a box. They feel like they have to be black or white. They feel like they have to be either or. And you don't have to. It is okay to be on the spectrum. And I think that this whole thing, we're not going to recognize it as that is a homosexual act because it happened with another man, or this being pegged it be with by a woman to a man is a heterosexual act because that was with another woman. I think that this is where we get into the issues of people not wanting to live in their truth because they're like, well, I like this, but I'm gonna be called gay if I like that, or
Okay,
they
but
feel
what's
forced to fit in
moving
the
in your
box.
truth about just saying I like a dude to give me head, but I want to go home to my wife? How is
That's
that?
perfectly fine. Say that, but you're definitely in the gray area of being bi-curious, and that's perfectly fine.
Not to mention your wife ain't gonna be okay with that. I don't know any wives out here, being one, that is going to be like, oh, okay, babe, tell Jim I said hey.
A wife actually
Definitely
might
not
be
gonna
okay
be
with that.
okay. Definitely not. Definitely not okay.
Okay, we gotta move
Definitely
on.
not.
I wish we could spend all night on this. We gotta move on.
This was good.
We should do a show about this because we'll talk about it later. Let's
Me
move
and
on.
me and Michael will have to actually sit next to each other in person for that one because we're here.
Yeah.
We is here.
This would be a good live show to have with the audience.
That would be.
Okay, let's move on. My dude Kanye is back in the news, the headlines. He, I thought we had canceled. Well, I thought Kanye was canceled. It seems like he's not canceled. He's going on tour. He's coming back to America almost after 5 years of being gone. And this was the other day, on March 10th, there was almost more than a million people in queue to get tickets for his concert in LA. He's added a date in LA. There's one on April 1st and one on April 3rd. And this was in Mexico City a few nights ago. And that was almost with no promotion. So what do we think? Is Kanye back? Michael, do you think people have forgotten? Do you think we just don't care anymore?
I personally miss being a Kanye fan, but I had to fall off because he just was so far out there. And that's not a dig on him. I think there might have been, like a substance issue. There's a lot of stuff going on. And kind of when you fall into that Kardashian fold, it's like no one comes out the other side the same, right? But if he's back in good form to put on a show, and he has made an apology at this point, you know me, I'm not a cancel culture type of guy. So if we can enjoy the music again, I'm curious. Bi-curious, you could even say.
Natasha, what are you thinking about Kanye's return? Are you here for it? Are you not here for it?
Okay, if he just makes the music and performs and shuts up, I'm gonna be cool with it.
Like Kim Burrell, if she would just sing,
like Kim Burrell, just shut up, just shut your fucking mouth, just sing and just perform and just collect your coins. I'm cool. It's the minute he opens his mouth, and that's when he gets into trouble. I mean, I think even all the people that Kanye offended, everybody wants to see Kanye win because everybody loves Kanye West. It's when he opens his mouth that he gets into trouble. So hopefully he just shuts up, gets his coin, makes his money, and then disappears again.
Well, let's tell the truth. Was it because he was aligning himself with Donald Trump and the Republican Party and the MAGA movement? Or is it because, what if he would have came out the same for Biden or,
No, it was that. It was the Jewish stuff. It was a lot of stuff. It was slavery is a choice. We could go on. We ain't got time for all that tonight. There was a whole lot. Just shut up, let these people forgive you that are actually willing to pay to see you.
Mhm.
Shut up, make your money. Even though I still wouldn't pay any money to see him. I'm kind of sort of happy to see him get his money. So just shut up, make your money,
Okay.
and go home.
All right. John Tay, what is your thoughts about Kanye returning?
Okay, so I have to segue here for just a minute, and I feel like Michael's the only one that's going to know this. Michael, who was it that told a basketball player to shut up and dribble?
Oh, dang it. You caught me on a
Oh,
bad night. I know exactly who you're talking
Okay,
I
about.
know who you talk
so
about too.
so Natasha, that's all I'm hearing here is shut up and
That
dribble, because what
yes, that's exactly what I mean.
you're saying that it's
You heard
exactly
correctly.
okay. It's okay for him to be who he is as long as you don't have to hear about it. And I have a problem with that, because then that means, it's okay for R. Kelly to be a pedophile as long as we don't have to hear about it. It's okay for Diddy to be, whatever he is, as long as we don't have to hear about it. I mean, if we're going to open the floodgates and say that it's okay for Kanye, which, listen, I don't think a Kanye owe anybody shit. So I'm going to be on that train. But if that's what we're saying, then we have to do it for everybody. And
No, there
that's
were
just
actions. There were actions behind R. Kelly and Diddy.
But
There
that
were
doesn't mean we
actions.
can't like their music, because I'm going to play R.
No,
Kelly the day I die.
no one said that. No one said that. But the two other people y'all talking about are locked up right now. They ain't making no money performing. So that's obsolete. Kanye is free because he doesn't have actions to go with all of the crazy stuff that he said. So what I'm saying is, Kanye, go ahead and get your money, even though I wouldn't pay to see you. Go get your money, because clearly you got people that want to still see you. Get your money and shut up.
So it was Laura Ingraham that said to LeBron James, "Shut up and dribble." That's what Michelle Love told us.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. I like what John Tay's saying. I like what Natasha's saying. Dina, what do you think about this return?
I feel about Kanye kind of the same way I feel about Nicki Minaj. I feel like Nicki Minaj, we're watching her crash out in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And like she gonna end up on the news for something real bad and dangerous that she done did to herself or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way about Kanye. Like, I'm cool with Kanye doing what Kanye does. However, I'm hoping that he has gotten some sort of on some sort of regulated medication, and gotten his system and hormones in line so that he can speak like an intelligent human being and not say things that embarrass himself, his family, and the entire African American community. That's really all I have to say about it. I feel the same way about Kim. Like, meds, get some, take them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited to see Kanye back. You guys know how I feel about Kanye. I think he's single-handedly by himself changed fashion, music, all of that together. No other rapper, I think, has done what he has done for fashion, what he's done for music. So I'm just excited to have him back in this space, this creative space, and let's see what he does next. I'm really here for it. Moving on. So these are two different stories, but I'm going to make them one, because as I start thinking about them and I start reading the comments, I said we can talk about this together. There was a pastor. Let me rewind. If you're not really part of, this is a big thing in the African American church, especially Church of God in Christ. Just the tithes and offerings are really big in the Black church. And there was a pastor who has went viral for standing in his pulpit for saying that he's going to start demanding tax returns from his members, because obviously the churches hasn't been getting the money he believes that they should get. And then on one hand, when your loved one dies, the same pastor wants to say, well, we need $1,500, we need $1,600, we need $2,000 to preach this funeral. But then people can say, well, what about my aunt who was a member of this church for 70 years and faithfully tithed? Where'd all that money go to? So that's the argument that people are having in these comments in these videos. Let's watch them and then we'll talk.
that all church members bring a copy of your tax returns so that I can review them. I'm going to put a stop to some of y'all playing in my face during tithes and offerings on Sunday morning. Amen.
The whole congregation, if they had something to say. Do you understand me? So me and my cousin, we get to the church to plan, to let them know how we want to play in the service or whatnot. Now, mind you, my auntie and uncle been members of this church for over 55 years. They pay their tithes faithfully. So the pastor turns around and say, that's going to be $800. $800 for what, pastor? He said, well, you know that in order for us to preach this service and do a nice homegoing, the church got to cook, and I got to pay my ushers to clean up, and then I got to pay some of my deacons to come. I said, you got to pay them to come to a homegoing for your faithful members? I said, let me ask you something. Where the money at when they pay their tithes every Sunday? Where they money at when they pay for pastor anniversary? Where they money at when they paid for church anniversary? Where they money at when you did fundraisers? Where they money at whenever you did these cookings and all this extra stuff? Where they money at when you needed something for your light bill? Where they money at when you needed something for your rent? Where they money at when your mama and your daddy passed? And the last time I checked, my auntie did the cooking and my uncle was running around here trying to help get you a suit. These folks been members of your church since they was little kids, and they was watching you grow up. And you finna sit here and tell me your money hungry ass finna charge us to have a service here? I believe the hell not.
So, Natasha, what do we think?
These pastors getting out of control. That's exactly what I think. You got a lot of nerve thinking I'm about to bring my W-2 to you as if I have anything to prove to you, as if I owe you anything. I understand that the church is a building and buildings need to be maintained, and there is a cost for that. And if you are going to come and convene for church every week or whatever and do all the events and everything, there does need to be some way that funds are collected to maintain said building.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But also, you really have some nerve if you think that you are entitled to a certain percentage of my income and that my W-2 is going to come with me so that I can pay you back tithe. Like what's about to happen with that? The funeral, again, they were members for 50 some odd years. They've been paying tithes and offering this whole time. Maybe a $50 charge or a very small nominal fee. The general public gets charged that $800. It shouldn't be no $800 though. They've been paying money into this church, sowing into this church this whole time. That's a whole lot of money. At that point, they might as well have it at a funeral home. So, yeah.
I think some of these ministers, and it's sad that some of these elders, the elder saints, are dying off and not really knowing. They don't really know what the outcome of their story with that church is going to be. I put this on social media last night. My aunt that we buried a couple of years ago, she was a member of a church for 70 years. And before she passed, she had a meeting with her minister and wanted to make sure she was in good standing. She asked him face to face, am I in good standing? I don't want to die and have my family have to come up with all this money. He promised her, you're in good standing. The minute she died, he had the nerve to ask our family for an ungodly amount of money after he sat there and told her, you are in good standing. I think that's horrible. I mean, I could tell you stories all day long. Brandy, our co-host, she was looking to become a member of a church, and in their new member class, one of the things was she had to divulge her taxes to them, how much money she made. Yeah, Dina.
Of course I want to say something about this. Of course I do. So okay. One, asking for W-2s and tax returns is illegal. And definitely the IRS can be notified about that, and they can lose their 501c3 status for doing things like that. So you can no longer be eligible to be nonprofit when you do stuff like that. So, and I'm sure with that being a viral post, there's going to be a dealing with that. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, most churches I know of, I can't speak of all churches, but most churches I know of, if you are a faithful member of the church, they will you use the building, the church will, offer their services as much as possible. Now there are certain things that are going to be a cost. And if you look at a funeral home and the way they break down the costs for certain things like music and musicians and all that kind of stuff, it's an expense for it. So it's the same thing when you go to someone's church. There's an expense for some of those things. But like turning on the lights and the heat and the air and making sure that your family is accommodated when this person who passed away and who's laying in this casket was a faithful member, that should just kind of come with their membership. But the church can't bury all your family members.
True.
The church can't bury, Ray Ray and them too.
Right.
Right? They can bury and take care of, auntie and granddaddy who were faithful members, who were unlocking the church, who were, helping and doing all of the things with the church. And then they can still try to lend services to assist you, but we can't cover all the costs for Ray Ray and them.
Sure. I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? So there has to be some sort of understanding, but for a faithful member to be charged for funeral services it's unfortunate, but it does happen. But the churches I know and I affiliate with don't do such things.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Michael, what are your thoughts on this?
On some level, I can relate to the pastor because tax season is a great time to collect money. But at the end of the day, I'm not asking anyone for their W-2s. You know what I mean? So that's obviously wrong. And Dina's got the right of it. As a nonprofit, you really can't get into that territory because you can't get into some hot water. You can be audited. You can lose that license, both state and federal levels. So it does have a consequence. As far as paying for a funeral, I get it that some folks are members for a long time. I think if there's an understanding kind of beforehand that there won't be an expense related to the passing and the service, it would be wrong to charge. But as a general rule, listen, everything in life costs money. So it doesn't really offend me to hear that a pastor says, I need another 800, because if they were giving out a freebie to everyone that showed up to that church, they would have like 400 free funerals a year. And that's not viable,
Right.
Yeah.
I can understand that. So
it's during the day. It's usually on a work day, and it's a lot involved with that. Yeah. It's a lot.
I even feel bad sometimes when people ask me to sing. I feel bad charging people. Now I know Dina, that's the conversation we could have. John Tay, you could chime in on this as well.
Don't feel bad at all.
And don't,
baby, no,
See, and don't. I'll be like, Dina, can you sing at my auntie's funeral? And I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for your loss. I would be happy to do it. I charge $77. I sure do. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry for your loss. This is what I charge.
For funerals, I would usually let the family give me a
I'm trying to tell you, at a funeral home, there's when you go and have a funeral at a funeral home, there's an itemized list of expenses. It is. And so a lot of times those expenses are deducted from the insurance policy. Go on ahead and deduct my coin. Yeah. Go on ahead. It's an expense for this service. My coin.
I actually went and like somebody hired me to come in and just kind of like take pictures of them at the grave site. And there was like, do you do this free of charge? I said, no, I do not.
And don't.
I gotta bring my camera. I gotta bring my lighting. I gotta bring this. It is a evening graveyard site viewing. I gotta drive all the way to Corsicana for, and that's 2 hours away from my house. I need gas reimbursement. I don't believe like certain things like, and it's so true. When my sister passed away, baby, the list of things we paid for,
yeah,
baby, what?
Yeah.
Why not? Why can I not put myself in there for a fee?
That's true.
You know,
I get it.
If you
That's
have
true.
your service at the funeral home, it's going to be way more expensive than if you have it at the church. I'm telling you now. You want to have it at the church.
We think
You
but
want to
the way
have it
the
at
church,
the church.
the way the church want to charge.
Because the funeral
But
homes,
I'm gonna-
we buried my uncle last year. The funeral home was insane. It was
I'm gonna
insane. I
say-
said, oh no.
when my sister passed away, the church that my sister did go to and my mom is a part of, they did everything for free. They really try to, I mean, people that have been at their church for a long time, they really try to take care of the family.
Yes.
But everything, all the other expenses, because they looked at like when we went in there and talked to the pastor, he was like, what all are y'all paying for? And we actually explained to him like what the funeral home was charging us. He's like, okay, well, we're not going to do that to y'all because y'all already coming out y'all pocket paying for all this stuff. But since your sister has been a member since she was 10 years old, it's not putting us in harm's way to open the doors and do this funeral and get her out of here. And so like everything else we paid for, but I just think like it goes back to I'm gonna tell y'all a church in Dallas does the same thing. You can't sit in the front if you don't show your tax return.
Yeah, that's
allegedly
crazy.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not gonna say who it is, but there is a mega church in Dallas, Texas.
We probably know who you're talking
You
about.
know who I'm talking about.
know.
But yeah, you can't even sit in the front row if you don't show your tax return. And them people show their tax return faithfully because the front row is VIP. I don't understand that. Like, I'm not looking for no VIP session. I'm
They
looking
wanna
for the
sit next to
word.
Oprah.
And so that's why I don't get the word from church no more, because the word at church is very pricey and I don't want to pay.
Oh,
when I can go get me a number 10
the
at
word
Walmart.
at church is pricey. That sounds terrible.
That's a word right
It's
there.
so true.
That
And
sounds
so,
horrible.
when you sitting up there at the pulpit screaming at me, not screaming, you're vulturing. You're like, yeah, that's scary. First off, I will not give you my tax return because you just scared me. Like, I don't even know why. I don't even know if I come bring you and I make the wrong money, are you going to spit on me?
Oh my
that's
God.
the thing that you got to really think about. And that's the tea about the whole situation is like, I feel like lately what we've been covering with like all the situations with like the ministers and pastors, they're getting too comfortable with being not a pastor.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Or not a
Living
minister.
a new day.
You are a leader of a situation that God has stowed upon you.
Oh God.
Your whole point is to lead, not hurt. And so what you're seeing now, and it's in the Black churches. That's the crazy part. It's in the Black churches. So that's why a lot of people are steering away from church because they don't feel that they're going to get the spiritual aspect of what God
Well,
is
I
really
have to
doing.
defend the priesthood a little bit.
Go ahead.
On this
Go ahead.
podcast. I have to. There is still a remnant of pastors who are concerned about people.
There
And
is.
who are
There is.
concerned
But
about,
the ones
heart
that are
of the person.
right, but you see the ones that are real popular
Yeah.
that have a name now. Those people are becoming too comfortable with treating people like dirt on the bottom of their shoes.
And then those are
Yeah.
the people that we put on Front Street. We don't put the people who are in
Exactly.
the trenches and
Right.
who are like, taking care. I know my mother's, she does everything. So, and my father too. So we don't put those type of people on Front Street. We're putting the ones who are like misusing the authority on,
Right.
Which is
on
sad.
Front Street,
Which is so sad.
That's
Well,
sad.
it is sad. Let's move on.
This has
Go to our
been
next-
this
our
has
next
been
story.
a really good show. I
It's
just
been a
might
deep show.
say
It's deep.
y'all got the show
Um,
popping tonight.
Deep.
This next story, it just broke my heart when I saw it. Um, and I don't know what it's going to take. I was talking to my mom before we went live because she's the school board president for her school, for the school I used to go to. She's the board president, board of directors. And I asked her, what are we doing about this fighting in school? I think there's always been fighting in school. I mean, it's going to happen until the end of the earth. But I think lately with this baddies and this bad boys and this Zeus, it's just gotten out of hand. Like these parents sit up and watch it with these kids. Let's watch this and we'll talk about it.
One out of Douglas County where police are investigating the death of a middle school girl who died following a fight just after getting off the school bus. Now, these are photos shared with 11 Alive by the family of 12-year-old Jada West. Her family says her heart stopped as she walked home after that fight. Right now, it is unclear what led up to the fight, but this video appears to show it. At one point, you can see two girls fall to the ground. Tonight, Villa Rica police confirmed they are investigating the fight and are in contact with the Douglas County District Attorney's Office about potential charges. In a statement from the Douglas County school system, the district says it extends its heartfelt condolences and prayers to Jada's family and her loved ones during this difficult time. She'll be remembered by her teachers, her classmates, and all who knew her.
Getting off the bus, that bitch put her hands on me and beat her fucking ass. Ooh. Clock it! That's my friend!
Jesus.
We gotta teach our children. I'm angry. What happened to the love? What happened to the love? We lost our love, people. Teaching children to love. Violence is not the key. Have a heart. Have a heart. Love. The Lord wants us to love one another.
I don't know why y'all getting off the bus. That bitch put her hands on me and beat her fucking.
So yeah, woo, that was deep. I just think we live in an age now with this bad, like I said, Zeus, and these kids want to go viral, and they think that is the answer, and it's really not. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't even watch that Zeus shit. Hector watches that baddies every Sunday, and I just get so frustrated because it's not like they're doing something. They're fighting for an hour. It's not a plot line. It's just and these kids are eating it up.
I watched one episode and I got so much anxiety, like from watching. I was just like, this is too much. Like, I don't fight like that. I don't walk up on people and just start swinging on them because they looked at me and sung a song. Like, that's exactly what's going on this show. But I feel that this situation, those kids need to go to jail.
Period.
Yeah. Charged as an adult. Like, you gonna sit here and kill somebody, you need to be charged. And
there's an alderman here in Chicago who has wrote up they want to sign into law here in Chicago to start pressing charges. The parents will have to eat this up in some kind of way because
we can't say the kids because this is the ongoing investigation, I believe. We can't say the kids directly killed her.
Right. No. Yes.
But we can say that the fight was more than likely a big factor in her death. I think that we also need to, like the bus driver, letting kids off at her bus stop that we're not supposed to get off at her bus stop. That was a huge point of negligence because she said, why are all these people getting off the bus? Why are all y'all getting off the bus? And that's a huge point right there. Most districts, I think most school districts, if that's not your bus stop, you can't get off the bus.
True.
And the bus driver should have been calling for backup at that point. And so the bus driver let the kids get off the bus at her stop. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be looked into this And there's a lot of pieces in this system that were broken and that failed that poor baby. And I feel so bad for her. Fights are going to happen, unfortunately. That's just what it is. Fights happen when we were young.
Yeah.
Fights happen when we were in school. I
But
think
it's
that they're
different
much
now.
more
It's
violent now,
different.
though.
Yeah.
It
They're
wasn't like
different, I
this.
think, with
Well, let me add,
the internet,
It
because you
wasn't
can
like
go
this.
on
can I
TikTok
ask,
and Facebook and see a fight.
right? Can I ask the parents something? Because I remember when I was a kid, parents used to come get you from the bus stop.
No,
So
I had to walk.
It was a little bit of
it was a little bit of
I
both,
was
but there was
walking.
always a parent like in sight, because you always had parents that will go get their kids. But now you got these YNs and these baddies, and everybody want to be gang.
Yeah.
And there isn't really, you got all these parents that are, and which is hard because you got a lot of parents working, so they're not at home with their kids. They don't know what's going
But
on.
Tamar, let me add this to this. Even when I was young, I had the fear of my mother.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that's
I
the
knew
good
to not be cutting up like
My
that.
mom
so I had to come home from school,
my
and
mom
then people
was
couldn't
not my
call
best
my
friend.
mom and told them that I was up there fighting.
Oh, she wasn't. My mama wasn't my friend at all. Best
My mom
friend,
was
no
not my best
friend. We
friend
wasn't
at all.
My
friends.
But
mama just turned 60 in August, and she still got hands. I know she can still
Okay.
whip my ass.
We just became
Still,
friends since I got married 10 years ago.
to
We weren't
this
friends.
day. So
Mm-mm.
no, like that's another part of it, because these kids are being raised by God knows who,
they're best
and
friends.
there is their best friend. There is no fear. Like my child, no. If a teacher give me a bad report, and he's like, "Don't tell my mama."
Please.
Don't tell my mama,
Yeah.
because she knows she got some stuff to come home
Oh
to.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Michael,
Don't say that.
I want to get Michael in on this conversation. What are your thoughts about just where we are as humans, the fighting, the legal aspect of it? What do you think about? Can the parents? Do you think the parents should start being charged for actions by these kids? Like, what are your thoughts on all of this?
So, I've been consistent. Every time a violent topic comes up on our wonderful podcast, I say the same thing. It's literally never the answer. When we've talked about putting hands on your children, I've said it's never the answer. When we've talked about a relative at a family event putting hands on you, I say don't strike back. It's not the answer. We live in a culture, in a world of violence. And as long as we try to put denominators on when it is or is not appropriate, things like this will continue to happen. The only solution to this problem is to all of us wrap our heads around one simple thing. Violence is never the solution to a problem. I was a violent person in my youth, all the way through until probably I was 30 years old.
Wow.
And I reaped what I sowed, as they say, right? I really did. And it wasn't until later in life that I kind of had the enlightenment that I have now on this stuff. Violence is never the answer. We can blame baddies. We can blame bad boys. We can blame all of these things. But until collectively, us as a society comes together and says, this is just not something we will stand for under any circumstance, this will continue to happen.
Yeah. And I agree with Michael. I totally agree with you. Like, I had a very violent childhood. Like, I was in and out of like bad classes and everything. I think the older you get and the more trouble it's like the more the trauma and all the trouble you get into, like you're like, okay, I gotta change. Today, I don't put myself in spaces where there's chaos. I don't go, if I see a fight coming, I'm like, I'm about to leave. I don't even want to be around it because it affects you. And then all of a sudden you're pulled into it. So, I just think I agree. Like, when is it going to be a point where people realize, okay, there's a lot going on. How do we fix it? It's just not a lot of spaces where people is actually getting a chance to understand how to fix it. Like it is a lot of violence. The world right now, hashtag is violence. That is the world. That is America. So if you have nothing but violence going on around you, most people become violent because of their situations. So it's like people just got to change the narrative of where they're at and what they're going through and who they're being around. Because if I'm around YNs and baddies all day, I'm going to be a YN and a baddie all day. And I want to fight. So it's just like changing everything as one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We got to change, and I don't know what it's going to take. I guess I know it sounds cliche, but just pray. I guess that's all we can do, and teach our kids closest to us what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah. Period.
Even if you're not a mom and dad, your auntie, your uncle, your
Period.
yeah, you got to teach them the way, that old school
It
way.
is, you know, I'm homeschooling my kids. I definitely you know, I was a 90s kid or whatever, but I was still bullied a lot. And it was bad. Like the bullying was insane for me. I can't even fathom what it would be like now. Like I can't even fathom. And it was like therapy needing bullying when I was that age. But it has put a fear in me about my children, you know what I mean, being in the public school system. And I'm just I can't.
Well, I will
like
like to say, Dina, if your kids were to go to the public school system, you are a very good mother. I know, I see what you do and how you raise those girls, and I know.
Oh, my girls are super mannerable. It's the other people. The other kids. My kids ain't gonna bother nobody. My kids won't put their hands on nobody. My kids, I mean, every time my kids are not with me, all I hear is how good and mannerable and polite they are.
Yeah.
So I have no concern about my kids. It's these other demons.
It's the other ones.
Yeah.
It's always the other ones.
It's the other ones. And like, I'm not that mom. Like, you put your hands on my kid. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna react to that.
Right.
Right. Well, let's move on. This next story, it was getting a lot of traction. I wasn't going to do it, but I said, you know what, we're going to do it. And we've talked about it in the past, just about how you should present yourself in public. But these two young ladies were out in public, looked like they were at a hotel eating breakfast, and a man approached them about their bonnets they were wearing. Let's watch. There's two clips I want to show you, then we'll talk about it.
Very much. Like I said.
What you mean? What you said?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay.
Sorry, please take the camera.
Carry on.
What do you mean?
Carry on. Bunny.
Okay.
Bunny and bunny. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We ain't even bothering him.
That's okay. Bunny girls.
Okay.
Good morning, bunny twins.
Hello.
Y'all should be ashamed to have a buddy with all these white folks in here. What the hell wrong with y'all?
You don't stop.
Show some culture. Take them things off y'all goddamn head.
No.
They don't have them bunnies on. Come on now, take them things off.
Well, you get my hair done. How about that?
Show some color about yourself. Show some bravery.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Hold on, sorry guys, something's wrong with the
My God.
No, because we saw enough.
No, there's another clip.
No.
I hate this Mac sometimes. Let's see. It's not letting me add it for some reason. So what do we think about? Wait, hold on. I found it. Here we go.
In the airports, please stop wearing bonnets in the airports. You look crazy. It is ratchet. It is ghetto. It is unattractive. It makes you look crazy. I just saw a woman. She was literally wearing a bonnet, like some booty shorts and some flip-flops, like headed onto a flight. At what point, and yes, she was black, obviously she was black. At what point did black people decide that we just don't care how we look in public anymore? At what point did we just say that it was just okay to look crazy and ratchet and a hot mess and ghetto when we are around people? And I say this because the vast majority of the people that I see looking absolutely crazy while I'm traveling are black. I'm just gonna say it. Auntie Monique tried to tell y'all black girls about these bonnets, and then you try to come for Auntie Monique when she said it. Well, I'm gonna say you can come for me. The bonnets are ratchet. They're ugly. They make you look low class, trashy, and ghetto.
Thoughts.
Oh,
who you want to go first?
Dina.
Right.
Go, mother Dina.
Quick with that.
Low key, I agree. Low key, I agree. Like, can we not be outside with our bonnets on? Can we not? Like, for me, it's like you might as well be outside of your bra and your panties. Like, why do you have your bonnet on? And like, sis, like, for real, like, if you don't have enough hair to snatch up into a ponytail, then there are so many options for you. Like, they've got hat wigs, they've got all kinds of things that you can do. But like, going out with your bonnet on, you look like you stink. And I don't like that for you. I don't. I want you to not do that no more. Like, do a little, just a little bit more, just a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit more. Put on a hat instead of a bonnet. You know what I mean? Something. But the bonnet, it gives low class. It gives a little bit of gutter, and I don't like that for us.
Michael, what are your thoughts?
So, I'm not going to speak too much on the bonnet, but, we talked about the airport aspect of all this a couple weeks ago, and I feel like I was the only one that said, I think it's unacceptable for people to be casual and comfortable when they're out in public in close quarters. Anytime I go out, I dress well. And I do that for myself, and I do that for the people that are around me. And I don't know why we have fallen so far away from that, again, as like a society or a culture. Like, why is it bad to have pride in your appearance? What that man did to those ladies sitting and eating breakfast is wrong. It was invasive and it was terrible. And if I was there, I would put up for them, even though, I would have been like, you shouldn't dress like that. What he did was wrong. But at the same time, it wasn't that long ago where, as a society and culture, we all tried our best to look presentable when we stepped out of our houses. And I would not be sad as an individual if we all collectively moved back towards that. I don't like looking at people and thinking they smell or they're unwashed or whatever. And you know what? No one ever has to worry about that with me. So really, I'm just asking for the same thing back in return that I give to the world. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Natasha?
That first video pissed me off. That first video pissed me off because, one, he sounded like a blubbering idiot with the vocabulary of a kindergartner trying to berate some Black women that were minding their own business with a camera in their face, and then going to use you wearing your bonnet in front of these white people. And you should have some culture about yourself. I think the word that he was trying to look for was decorum or class, but you sounded like a blubbering idiot. So before you actually go try to confront somebody with a camera in your hand and invade someone's privacy and try to invade someone's moment of them having breakfast.
Because we can say, because I can't stand a white girl in some cookie monster pajama pants.
Thank you. Exactly.
It's the same thing.
So if you wanted to like be an Uncle Tom that day, there were other ways that you could do it rather than picking on these Black women that were minding their business eating breakfast. Like, there were other ways to do it. So he was so wrong. Do I want to see people in their bonnets? No, but is that my business? Absolutely not. Second of all, we have seen people dress way crazier in the hotel getting breakfast. Everybody comes down in their pajamas for breakfast. Who gets dressed for breakfast at a hotel? Half the time I go down in some pajama pants and a t-shirt, grab my food, and go up to my room.
I get dressed for breakfast at a hotel.
Well, it depends on what hotel.
I'm not going downstairs in my bonnet.
Thank you.
I'm not going downstairs in my bonnet, but I will go downstairs in my muumuu. I sure will.
We will wear a muumuu. Hold on now. Let me tell you one thing, bitch. A muumuu and some platform Crocs is
don't play with me. I'll put on my muumuu and my wig and go right on downstairs, get my food, and go right back to my room, baby. Yes,
I'm going back to my room. I'm going back to
but Natasha, the main thing that you said, and I'll probably be Uncle Tom here, is that you're going back to your room. when, like, okay, yeah, should he have bothered those people that were minding their own business? No. But at the same time, they were exposed to everyone else.
But
So
at the same,
it becomes my business when I have to
no, it's
look at you
not your
look a hot ass
business.
mess.
You leave folk alone, because if they would have popped him, then it would have been a problem.
Then
Yeah,
let's go.
baby,
If they
that
would
yep.
have, if they would have popped him, then it would have been an angry black woman. But he had a camera in their face,
That's
and they were
true.
minding their
Okay, a
business, eating
camera,
breakfast. Now, if he
is
cussed,
extreme.
if they cussed him out and popped him in his mouth for talking crazy, then they would have been labeled every black woman, every angry black woman, and everything else. So we can't have it both ways. Y'all can't go poke the bear and then say, "Oh, they wrong because they did this." Well, no. What did you do to them first? You
That's
bothered
true.
them while they were minding their business, eating breakfast.
But
That's
you came
true.
out the house looking like an angry black woman, though.
But
So
I was
Now
minding my own business.
I agree
I
with
wasn't bothering you. I wasn't
yeah, I
bothering
agree with the
anybody.
point, but his methodology was horrible. Like, 'cause
okay,
Yeah.
yes.
who you talk
And that
Okay.
man can't even spell
But
methodology because
yeah,
he sounded like a blubbering idiot.
yeah,
Hold on, let me ask y'all, was this a black man that did that?
That was
Yes,
definitely a black
yeah.
man.
it
That
was
was
a
definitely
black.
a black
Okay,
man.
so the issue I have is you basically embarrass black people in front of white people
Yeah, I'm not here for that.
the way he did it was
They
very
embarrassed
Thank you.
themselves.
but this
I'm
is
No,
not
the
here for
thing.
that.
I believe this is the cultural thing that is missing right now in our culture.
We
People
never
always want to
cover
say
each other.
we all need to pull each other up, we all need to
Yep.
help each other. But what he could have done as a black king, since black men
Come
want to
on,
be called
Tamar.
queens, you could have pulled these black queens to the side. Hey, let me have a conversation with y'all. Y'all better than this. Y'all should have. Hey, y'all queens. Like, I think when you're going around and it's kind of like you're pranking people and you're pulling them down.
You're shaming them.
You're shaming them. That and they may not know not to come out the house with their abundance, but also they need to be taught. But yeah, they look the fool. We're not gonna lie, they look the fool.
Okay, they looked the fool, but then also don't try to shame me and say that I'm looking a certain way in front of white people. That's
Okay.
that's
So
the
here's
least of
my
my
retort for
concern.
that. If you not gonna go to your white job looking like that, then you don't need to come to no other establishment looking like that.
But that's
And I
still
don't
none of my
disagree with
business
you.
because
However,
how
his
does that
method was
affect
still
me?
wrong.
Hold on. What'd you say, Dina?
I said I don't disagree with what Jonte is saying, but his method was still wrong.
Correct.
His method was still
Correct.
wrong.
And I agree. I agree. When you step out the house, presentation is key. I don't care where you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel if you're gonna go eat breakfast and there's a lot of people around, kind of clean yourself up, brush your teeth, wash your face, pull your hair back in a ponytail. I think like people, it's a point of being lazy when you just go out the house looking any kind of way. But also, I'm with Natasha. I see people with buns in Dallas all the time, honey, and I'll be looking like, that's a myth. But I'm not gonna sit here and go yell at them with a phone.
Well, you know what happened? We were just talking about Kanye West. This athletic when Kanye West made it start making $900 designer sweatpants, that's when this thing took a turn. Because now we have Lululemon, we have Aloe, we have Yeezy, we have Balenciaga. Everybody's doing athleisure. So like what Michael was saying, he likes to get dressed up to go to an airport. Well, why can't I wear my $700 Balenciaga sweatpants in the airport and be comfortable? They're the same amount as your $700 suit you're wearing. I mean, you're comfortable in that. Why can't I be comfortable?
No, I don't. Listen, I don't get a suit to go to the airport, and it's not about the price tag. It's about the polish, right? It could have cost you $10, but the point of it is, I'm going to put on proper pants and a proper shirt, and I'm going to be washed. All right, I'm going to wear shoes that don't have any part of them open. You know what I mean? Not because I have smelly feet, but I don't want people looking at my feet and saying, "Oh God, that's gross and unsanitary." Like, I don't want to have those concerns about other people. I don't know why we can't just agree on a dress code. You want to come down to breakfast? Put on pants.
And Mama Pam just said why people are in the COVID era. Before COVID, people dressed up.
Yeah.
COVID came, people got lazy. I just think there should, like, people should go out. Look, like when I step out the house, I don't even care. I'm wearing a face. I got my face on. I don't give a care. Baby, face is done. I'm stepping out the house with skin tint on and blush. Y'all can clock it if you want to, baby, but I am not going to. I'm going to the grocery store looking very oiled up because my mom has always taught me, and I always remember this. Presentation is key. What you present is what people look at you as. Period. And a lot of people don't have that same mindset. So you are getting a lot of people out here looking nasty and rude.
I agree. Let's move on. Hold on. It's about the polish for sure. Yeah.
All right. Tonight.
Oh yeah, we got to get going because we're almost on here. We've been on here a long time. Last but not least, we have to talk about this. I wish we didn't have to.
Did his computer crash?
Oh crap!
Oh Lord!
I think his computer crashed.
Oh Lord!
You know what our next topic is about to be?
Target.
Jamal Bryant and Tarjay.
We can move through that fast.
We can move through that pretty quickly.
He's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
The computer has been doing the most.
Yes. Now don't go back down.
Yeah, I don't even know where that is. So let's just go to Fashion Files.
We had to introduce the topic and everything.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's talk about it. So Jamal Bryant says the Target boycott is over. What do we think?
He must got a deal.
He definitely did.
Exactly it.
Because this is my thing.
We got some sort of cut in.
Yeah.
Him and his wife must got their own cookware coming out. Candle set. This is what happened. This goes back to these very high-end pastors. They get all these funding from, like, they start getting in the rooms with the right people, and guess what? We need you to do this so you can get this. And it's like the puppet master in the back of the scene. You see so many Black ministers that are big doing this. So for you to sit here and preach about don't go to Target, and now you got your hand on your neck like you are allowed to go back to Target now, is an issue with me.
Well, let's watch this. Tamar, hold on.
Has just been made. The most effective and powerful boycott by Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. We asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God if we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the Black community as they pledged after the death of George Floyd. On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community. Number 2, we asked them to partner with HBCUs. They have found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment into Black banks. And I'm believing by grace, it's going to get done. This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The immediate Target fast has come to an end. We claim victory. We're grateful.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, you got a deal. Okay, back to what I was saying. You did all this hooting and hollering, and then you went and sold your soul. So
can we also mention that he hijacked this whole movement from a black woman lawyer?
And that's the thing. How you gonna take a movement from Martin Luther King and bring this? That's not the dream Martin Luther King had.
There was a black woman lawyer that actually started and initiated the whole boycott of Target. And then he came in and hijacked it and kind of became the spokesman of it. And so then he is now the person to declare that it's over and that deals have been made and everything else. She came out saying like, "No, Negro, we ain't on that. We still
I'm not shopping
boycotting
at
it."
Target.
Everybody else, the black consensus has been, no, you on your own. And matter of fact, we're gonna mobilize even harder, and we really ain't gonna mess with Target right now. So this really just backfired in his face. So whatever money Target thought they was about to recoup by paying Jamal off, they ain't getting that back.
So you don't think anything that they accomplished was worth it?
I don't think black people are hearing it right now. As a collective, as a collective, black people ain't trying to hear that right now. They don't want to hear none of that.
I think they lost a lot of money. They lost a lot of customers, and they saw the effect of what happened after Trump won and what happened with that whole situation. I'm really interested in what Trump is thinking when they backed him so much. So how all of a sudden and then DEI is really not for, it's really not a lot of black people that it really is for white women.
Well, the thing is, I want to hear Target come out and say some of this stuff. I like Jamal and I respect him, but he could. Who's to say they didn't give him $100 million and say this? You know, I would like to see some proof, some receipts before I say, okay, I'm going to go back in this Target. I love Target. I miss Target. I want a reason to go back, but I need to see. I need to see a little bit more proof from Target itself. Yeah. So, all right. Fashion Files. Let's get into it.
Oh, please, let's go.
Here we go. Our first look. We have, who is this? Okay. We have Tyler the Creator. He's wearing Bottega Veneta. Michael, yay or nay?
Shorts and loafers is always a no. Nay.
Okay. Natasha?
Boy, he got his knees out. He look a hot mess.
Jante?
I actually love this. It's a total yay for me. He just needs like a oh gosh, it's a game like this. I can't remember what the game is called, but I mean a club would be nice too.
Okay. Tamar?
Baby, that man needs some lotion on them knees. And that's a come on, sister. I love this look. I would wear it. I like it. It's giving a homage to me, to like the early days of hip hop with the hat and like the vibe of the outfit. So I like the colors on his skin. That looks so milky on his skin. I think it's good.
All right, Dina?
No.
Okay.
Croquet. That's the game. Croquet.
Next, we have Tiana Taylor and Scaparelli. Natasha, yay or nay?
This is a really ugly dress, but Tiana Taylor makes it look good. So I guess it's the yay.
Okay, Michael?
I like it. Yay.
Jante?
I'm not really a fan, and she has a very masculine effect to it, so that's going to be a double nay.
All right, Dina?
I usually like almost everything she does, but I don't like this.
All right, Tamar?
No, it doesn't. To me, it's not flattering on her, and she has a gorgeous body. It just doesn't for me.
Okay, moving on. We have Rose. She's in the YSL. Natasha, yay or nay?
It's giving good 1980s glam, so I'm gonna give it a yay.
Michael?
It's fine, but that shoe is overdone.
Okay, Dina?
It looks like church. I like it.
Okay, Jante?
She just looks like she needs to be on top of a Mercedes, like instead of the emblem. I love it, but Michael is right. The shoe is horrible.
All right, Tamar?
It's giving me Dynasty, honey.
Yes, it is.
I just want to go watch a season like the Bob. You know, she owns 50% of the company, and she's giving glam. It looks so good.
It's giving Abby from Knots Landing. It's giving
Mhm.
Dallas. It's
Mhm.
giving
Mhm.
all that. Yeah, I love it. Moving on, we have Willow Smith. She's wearing Dior. Michael, yay or nay?
Looks a little cheap to me. Nay.
Natasha?
I love everything except for them shoes.
Okay. Jante?
It looks like H&M's finest. It's going to be a no for me.
All right. Dina?
It's cool except for them tights and them shoes. That looks real horrible at the bottom.
Okay. Tamar?
I love this. It's giving like early J-Lo play. Come on, play me, play. I love this. Like I love it's J-Lo. Like it's in the braids, the glasses. I love the green shoes with that. It's a color pop, so I like it a lot.
All right. Jante?
She said no.
No? Okay. Did I go? Did everybody?
Mhm.
Okay. Moving on, we have Lazaire Beach. She's in Tom Brown. Dina, yay or nay?
I love this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Church.
Michael?
It's probably a nay for me.
Why?
You know, the oversized. I mean,
You
this
don't
is
like that
following
boxy
her up.
stuff, do
Yeah,
you?
there's a body under there. I'd like to see it.
Okay. Natasha?
It's giving Minecraft. My daughter plays Minecraft all the time, and she looked like she could be one of the characters. This is so ugly.
Jante?
So ugly is right. Natasha and Michael is on one tonight.
Tamar, yeah.
It's giving the theme of the Met Gala, and then she's gonna pull another outfit off, and it's just giving art. You know, it's an art piece. She looks amazing.
All right, moving on. We have Miss Sierra as in YSL. Natasha, yay or nay?
Oh, no.
You don't like
Okay.
it?
I see where it's going. It's just it's tipping on the borderline of tacky. Like there's just something to bring it back over to.
You know what I think it is?
What?
So this is a YSL, and it's made for if she was a size 2 and 5'11", it would look right, but not with a BBL and all that. It's too much.
You know what? I actually don't want to say that because I feel like the boots fit her shape. Like I couldn't see those boots on a skinny leg. Like I feel like a thicker leg would carry that off. So I don't even know if I could say that. Maybe if the pants weren't so sheer. I don't know. It's just it's leaning into tacky, and there's just a couple of tweaks that could make this cute.
Okay, Michael.
Honestly, I'm into it. Yay.
Okay. Jante.
I want to turn her upside down and ask her to clean my fans because all I see here is a fancy Swiffer.
Not that bad. Tamar, yay or nay?
I love this. I wish she would have had an oversized hat to match the boots. I think this is a hot look. I even like it on her body. Her body is amazing. I wish she would have had a hat to match the bottom.
Yeah, I can see that.
Took the whole outfit to a whole nother level. But it's amazing.
I can see that.
All right, Dina.
It's definitely, to me, it's too much body in this outfit. And because it's so much body, it kind of flirts with it being tacky. Yeah.
All right. Moving on. We have Tommy. She's wearing Versace. Michael, yay or nay?
She's eating it up. Yay.
Yeah. Dina, yay or nay?
Nay.
Okay. Why?
It's just too much for me, and I don't have a problem with red on red, but I don't like her shoes.
Okay. Natasha?
See, it's almost looking like pajama wear out in public. She just need on the bonnet.
Okay.
Oh, she got on a scarf. Okay.
Jante?
I want her to get some horns and a tail, and let's call it Halloween. I'm not feeling it.
All right. Tamar?
I love this. And Are open toe shoes like this in right now?
They're in with the bodysuit. They're all over the runway. I'm seeing
She
it.
looks. I'm gonna tell you, Tommy, fashion game is hot, and she looks amazing, and the body is giving very fiery, and I love it. It's gorgeous. It's
All
good.
right. This is one of my I like this one. I don't know if it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites this week. This is who is this? I don't even know who this is. This is I think it's Daisy, and she's wearing Valentino. Natasha, yay or nay?
She looks like a work of art. This is yay.
Valentino killed it this season. Michael, yay or nay?
Very luxurious. Yay.
Dina? Okay. Jonte?
You know, this is giving futuristic first lady to me. I absolutely love it.
All right. Tamar?
I love when I see models that look like this, look so luxurious, because they do look luxurious. She looks gorgeous, and I'm glad that they did not try to put too much makeup on her, and they didn't try to do something with her hair. Let her be natural and beautiful and black. She looks amazing.
Yeah. Okay, and the last look of the night we have who is this? I didn't know this was my last look, but I guess it is. We have Trixie Pearl, and she's wearing Michael Costello. Natasha, yay or nay?
Ooh, I'm gonna wear that to work. I love this. I'm gonna walk in the door, open both doors. I love this.
Michael?
It's a little too exaggerated for me. Nay.
Okay, Dina?
We can't
You're on mute.
That's fabulous. I love it. Yay.
Jonte?
Yeah, that's Moo Couture right there. I love it.
All right, Tamar?
This is what them bitches should have went to breakfast in right here, without the money. Yes, ma'am. And had the leg out. That bitch look great. That bitch look crazy. And that skin is skin tint, honey. That's everything. You can't not take nothing away from her. She's a baddie.
All right. So we're now at 9:17. We're not gonna do Come Sit on My Couch tonight because it's just late. It's Friday night. But I'd like to thank all my co-hosts for coming on tonight. I really enjoy being with you guys. It's my favorite time of the week is when we have our shows.
Michael, are you gonna go hang out with your real friends now?
Don't find your real friends. It's still early.
You are my real friends. We're just in the house. That's all.
Please like and share our content. We really appreciate it. Everyone, send good vibes out to my cousin Brandy this week, just because we love her, and I want to let her know that we're thinking about her.
Yeah.
Who else? Marcus was supposed to be on our show on Wednesday, but he can't do Friday. So Marcus is still with us, you guys. There was some drama.
We love you.
There was some drama on the Instagram lane the other day about Marcus and I. If you didn't hear it from myself or Marcus, don't believe it. We are still good. He's still part of our cast. He's just booked and busy. And I love my people to be booked and busy. So you'll see Marcus soon, though. And everyone else, Kate, thanks for watching, and all our other cast members who aren't here with us tonight. We love you. We will see you guys next week. All right? Love and soul.
Bye.
Bye.